EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for January 15th, 2020. We have partly cloudy skies today, at least to start. Then we're going to have some clouds filtering in later in the afternoon, and then we'll have some showers move through during this evening and overnight in some areas. Not a lot of showers here, not a big deal. This isn't a big system, but it will have a cold front associated with it as this moves through. That's going to come through here on Thursday and bring some change to the region finally. So we're going to be mild today. Start off mild on Thursday, and then the temperatures are going to drop as well as the winds are going to be increasing quite a bit here on Thursday as well. Here's a look at the NAM high-res future simulated radar for this evening. You can see some few scattered showers, very hit or miss scattered showers, kind of like yesterday afternoon when we had those showers come through. And here's a look at 8 p.m. And as I move this forward, this goes all the way to just past midnight. This is looking at midnight right here. It's across eastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and then after midnight, it slowly goes away and moves off the coast. So it's not an all-night thing here, and its showers are going to be pretty much on par with what we saw yesterday with those scattered showers during the afternoon hours. And then after that point, as we get to Thursday, again, change is going to be coming here. It's going to turn increasingly windy. You can see these isobars are pretty close to each other, so that means we're going to have windy conditions and some wind gusts that are going to be above 40 miles per hour in some locations during the day. I think this starts to pick up right around daybreak here on Thursday. Goes pretty much the entire day and into the evening. Now, it will, I think, be strongest earlier in the day rather than later, but even in the latter part of the day here, you're still getting gusts here that are in the 30-35 mile per hour range, and this is heading into evening, and it finally starts to diminish as we get later in the overnight, but still going to remain breezy on Thursday night, it looks like, as well. And then Friday, still northwest wind, 7 to 12 miles per hour. So sustained winds on Thursday, we're looking at generally 15 to 25 miles per hour. We could have some gusts 35 to 40 miles per hour, even some isolated gusts over 40 miles per hour for a time, especially earlier in the day here on Thursday. And again, Thursday's going to be the last day that the temperature is going to be above average for a while, it looks like. So we're going to have temperatures that are going to be slightly below, especially here on Friday. High pressure is going to be moving in. See, very strong high pressure off to the north here, and we'll be lucky to get highs above freezing in some areas here on Friday, despite mostly sunny skies expected. And so it's going to be very cold, and then the overnight low is going to get down. Even with the increasing clouds, they're still going to get down to around 20, 22-ish overnight Friday night. Now, we're going to turn our attention ahead to this next system coming in here for the weekend. And we've been talking about this for the last couple of days with what the setup with this was. Of course, that high is off to the north. That's going to be over us on Friday. And it's still pretty strong, or modeled to be strong at the onset. So here's low pressure cutting to our west. This is normally a death trap for any systems that are going to produce anything decent around here as far as snowfall, and it still is to an extent, but there is enough cold air being drawn in by this high pressure at the onset that should start it off as snow. And here's the warm front down here. Until this warm front pushes through, as this low pressure moves through in this direction like this, it's going to drag this warm front with it. There is going to be precipitation that breaks out ahead of it that's going to be in the form of snow. So I do think it starts to snow just about everywhere across our region, but then you're going to have some sleet mixing in rather quickly further south. This is a change from the previous forecast video that showed a little bit more snow holding on longer in those areas, but that does look like you're going to have some snow at the onset in the interior, and closest to that boundary, you got to be closest to the boundary in order to get the heaviest rates, and the boundary is going to be kind of like this at this point. And closest to that boundary, you're going to get some heavier rates involved in his too. So it could come down for a good bit here during the afternoon and heavier rates in the interior. But further south is going to change over to rain. And that changeover is going to occur late afternoon or evening in those areas. Maybe a little sooner than that far south. But it looks like for areas along the coastline here, southern New Jersey, Delaware, you're probably not going to get anything out of this. Maybe a light dusting at the onset, going over to sleet, and then rain, primarily a rain event down there. Closest I-95 here, you could get into some minor accumulations, very minor, maybe coating to an inch or two type stuff, and then it goes over to sleet and then rain. Further north of there, though, you could get into some modest accumulations and maybe even plowable as you get up here, especially in northeast PA, north central PA. As we take a look at the probability-based maps. Now, yesterday I was using a 6-inch or greater probability map. Today I'm using a 3 or greater, and that's because these totals have cut down a little bit. And this is the 50% chance or greater north of this line of seeing 3 inches or more of snow. So anything north there is 50% or greater. You get this red that's up here. This is all 90% or greater, so that's a very high chance there. But you see they start going incrementally down as you head further south. And if I put a 6-inch map up here, actually I can do that. The probability of exceeding 6 inches, it's confined to the far northern and interior locations. So, and these probabilities aren't as high as they were yesterday either. We're looking at 30 to 40% chance, as opposed to a 60 to 80% chance, which we saw yesterday. So it's a lot less, and that's indicative of what this storm is doing and how it has evolved today. This could just be a windshield wiper effect, what we like to call in weather, because the models go back and forth, just like the windshield wipers do. So it could be a temporary change, and the models might turn to a snowier solution or snowier trend with today's runs too. This is all leading up to this. This is what we do leading up to a storm. This is something we're used to. We go back and forth with these runs, and it might even trend warmer yet. So that's still a possibility too. So we'll see what happens over the next couple of days. We're not at the point where we're going to be releasing a snow map of any kind until Thursday afternoon. So we got some time to look at it, today and tomorrow yet before we are at the point where we'll be releasing any map projections. And then Friday would be a fine-tuning situation if we have to update that map at all. So we still got some time. Still a couple days away here to look at things. And right now it's, at least based on yesterday's runs, it was trending in the direction of milder with this system, but still enough to get some accumulating snow for areas north of the Pennsylvania Turnpike, north of I-78 in New Jersey. So there's still that. Just for southern areas, it did not trend very well for you there. But we'll see where it goes for the next couple of days. But either way, this system's going to move away on Saturday night, and then we are near average here on Sunday with temperatures and generally on either side of the middle 30s for highs. And then once we get to Monday and Tuesday, we're going to get really cold. It looks like Monday and Tuesday are going to be stuck in the 20s in many locations, and actually, especially Tuesday. Tuesday's looking like it might be not getting high out of the mid-20s for highs. Very cold temperatures, but it does look like it's relatively dry during this period. We were watching a possible storm signal for the 21st, 22nd time frame. Might be a few snow showers with that northern stream clipper coming through, but it doesn't look like a big deal right now, and no big storm in that time frame. Next one we're going to be watching is going to be the 25th and 26th time frame for a storm signal. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for January 15th, 2020. Have a great Wednesday.